Testing 1 2 1 2. Sound check. I'm not gonna stay with this one too long.
Every Friday evening, tune in to radio's hottest talk show, bringing you the realest, uncensored conversations with the boldest man on the net, LanceScurv.
Wow. Why do I have an echo? Wait a second. Hey. I'm not supposed to be echoing, y'all. There's a reason for that. Do you hear me? Okay, good. I bet you do. That room. We'll figure this out. Wait a second. Hey. I'm not supposed to be. There it is. What a way to start a show. The title of this show, let me turn this down. That's what it is. I'm too loud. I'm going to keep this way over there because it was picking up on the mic. Jeez. I just want to let everybody know that this is not a show for bashing anyone. Nicole, how are you? Sweetberry. Still hearing an echo over here. I got to tilt this up just in case my brother, because you're supposed to be here with me. He got me all fired up for this topic. We were speaking on different things. And I said, why not put together a show? Hit a few buttons and we're here. This is not going to be extremely long. I had a lot of work to do earlier. I got some things to do later on. But later on, I will be back. Black women. Why do some, not all, some, their shoulder? I'm going to say it again. Black women, not all, some, seem to always have a chip on their shoulder, right? This is not all bashing. We will have shows where we break down why some black men seem to have chips on their shoulders. Anybody who comes to this show or you're not used to coming here, understand that I go in with surgical precision. That's my favorite word, surgical precision. I'm not throwing off on everybody because I'm not going to get caught up in that. Caught up in this blind rage. I'm a very happy man. And I'm not like the kind, don't worry, be happy. I'm angry when it comes to the injustices of what's going on out in the world. But at home and just in my private life, I'm very happy. So why would I have a problem with black women who have a chip on their shoulders? Well, there's a lot of brothers who speak to me. And they say, hey, man, you know, I saw this nice looking young lady, and I was on my way to lunch. I never saw her in the area before. And I said, you know, good afternoon. You look very nice today. And I kept walking. I wasn't trying to stop or get up in her face. There was distance between us. And she gave me the look and just rolled her eyes. And that's not everybody. We know that. But so many of our brothers, they go through this a little bit too much. There's no way of gauging or saying, okay, brother, here you go. Let me let you right on in. Merge the call right on in. Brother.
How's it going?
Oh, we're live right now. We're live. They can hear you. If you can, if you're on a Bluetooth, take it off, or if you have a computer behind you, because there's a slight echo.
Let me try. Can you hear anything now? What about now?
Oh, we good. We good now. We good. There's a little squiggly in the background. You know.
You hear anything now? Let me know when you hear it, because
okay. I hear it. It's like a little. Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Let me see. I'm not fix that.
I don't want anybody to miss anything that you have to say. Natasha, how are you? Nicole, Barton. Oh no, I know you haven't, brother. I know. This weekend, even next weekend, brother. We good. David Rude Boy. Yes, David Rude Boy. I like that comment that you left on the Mr. Scurv video. I didn't forget. I wanted to respond to you. Yeah, we're hearing it. LA, we're hearing it pretty. That's on your end. I'm quite sure that.
What about now? Can you hear that? Can you hear anything now?
It's like when I say something. Yeah, that's. What do you want, a Bluetooth?
Yeah, let me check. I guess I need to take that off.
Yeah, if you can go directly into the phone, it'll be a whole lot better. You know?
Okay, let me try to get to the phone.
Yes.
I have to hold this bad boy.
Yes. Oh, this is brother LA. Asking in the chat room, who is it that I'm speaking to? And this is the gentleman who, you know, we put out. Well, we'll keep that because it's different initials going on here. We'll keep that, you know, but y'all can read between the lines. Rude boy, thank you so much for that, man. We're gonna do more shows like that and speak about those good old fashioned work ethics that we were brought up with. And this kind of ties into this particular topic, which, you know, we were speaking on the phone and I said, bing, that would be something good, right? So I took off the little t-shirt I had and threw on one of my shirts. Got to come correct. And that kind of tied into what I was surfing and looking at earlier, because I was looking at a few articles I want to speak about. And again, we're not bashing all black women, but some when we're speaking about. We're not bashing. I don't bash anybody. I get in the wind. Brother, you speak to a young lady in a very, you know, cordial way, mannerable, not disrespectful. Your eyes are where they're supposed to be. And sometimes some of us will tone down our strength, you know, just to be extra genteel, to let you know I'm not trying to run up on you. And again, that's not me. I'm married, right? But even still, let me say this. Even when I greet people in settings where you are supposed to greet them, there are a lot of the sisters out here that they're looking at me like, oh, you trying to talk to me? I mean, people will say, well, how do you know that? Maybe she had a bad day. There's that look like, I'm like, wait a second. Or you speak to them in a cordial way. Again, this is not all black women, but some. And it don't bother me because when I come home, I'm straight, right? But they will throw that look like, oh, you married. Or like even here on social media, you reach out to somebody who might be into podcasting on Twitter. Let's just make this up. Or they do art and you do art. You know, I do art. And I say, hey, I like your work. Check me out. Maybe we can vibe sometime. My God. Married. You can't. What are you trying to talk to me for? Whatever. Did I say something out of character? Did I say something that wasn't proper? So you don't go to a restaurant where the chef is mad. Oh, I can't eat it that way. He's married. He gave me this food because he's trying to get between my legs. It's not about you like that. There are some of us who are balanced. There are some of us who don't have hidden agendas and secret motivations. Why are you so uptight? Yes, I understand. I know how my sisters have to going through their days all day. You have some brothers out here that scheme on you all day, baby. I can take you out. Their breath is stinking. Their clothes not right. I mean, and I'm not judging or knocking my brothers to try to appeal to the women, but I'm going to tell you like it is. I understand that there's some men that come at you that are just not right. I see it all day on the bus. These dudes, some of them get on the bus when they should have wiped 5 times, but they wipe twice and they walk past me and I smell it and they sit down, stink up the bus and talk about, hey girl, you're looking good. Stink. Pick the stuff out your teeth. Wipe that yogurt out the corner of your eye. Come on, man. All kind of stuff up under the bottom of your fingers. Get side work as an exterminator with breath like that. You yawn one time, you'll clear out the whole apartment complex. I understand that. But for the people who come at you right, why do you have these kind of attitudes? What is up with that? Let me just say, I was looking at Live Leak, and they had a video of an Uber driver, a black guy, Uber driver. I'm not sure what the race was of the. I'm quite sure it was a sister, and I wanted to use this. I didn't even think about it until right now. So I said, let me just play a little bit of the audio here, so you can hear the interaction, and then we're going to talk right back with you when we get back, LA, because we brought up some good points.
All right, as soon as I get up,
you're not doing nothing. Call the fucking cops. Right. Fuck out of here! I'm gonna tell you Gray to hit me. Fuck out here.
Okay, say whatever you want. Yeah. All right, let me get on here. You get on my car.
No,
I'm telling you.
Cops.
Exit my car. You're not gonna.
Call the fucking cops.
I'm not taking you nowhere. You exit here.
Call the cops. I'm not getting out. You better call the cops. You better call the cops. You better call the fucking cops.
You call the cops because you making a big scene. You get off my car.
Right here. Call the cops.
You want to keep disrespecting me? You get off. You want to keep on disrespecting me? You get off. I don't care about your boyfriend. Okay. I don't care about your boyfriend. Okay. If you disrespect me, you get off.
Call the cops.
All right, don't disrespect me. Do not disrespect me.
Call the fucking cops. I know my TLC fucking law.
I don't care about that.
So call the cops, nigga.
You do it. You the one that's mad. This is the train station. Thank you. Get off.
I'm not getting out. Call the cops. I'm not getting out.
So are you gonna shut up and I'll take you to this station?
I won't spit in your face. I'm from the. You better see my shit. I'm on the daily news, nigga.
Get out my car. Get out my car. I'm not moving.
No, this is an 8-minute video. I'm not gonna. It's pretty much that's what it is. I'm gonna move it down a little bit, like up to the 6-minute mark. Here we go.
I get there is something waiting for me, so I'm not going.
But listen, you don't.
I don't care how much you make. I don't care how much you make.
You said he's trying to threaten me. You don't need to threaten me, but you're trying to leave me stranded. Knowing he paid already, and I'm trying to, and I have a phone call.
I'm not taking you.
Okay, so call him and tell him.
I'm not calling nobody.
All right, so you're gonna stay right here and you're gonna start screaming until somebody calls the cops.
Sure. You could go over there and ask somebody to call the cops. I'm not moving.
Okay, so you're gonna be sitting here.
You shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't mind. I work for myself.
Okay.
Well, what it is that
I think that you might have one of those females that you were addressing in your original statement.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you were talking because I had the clip playing. Who am I speaking to? Who am I speaking to?
My name is Crystal.
Crystal, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I love the topic that you have going on, which is one of the reasons I decided to call in.
Okay, thank you.
I also love the way that you prefaced your message before you even got into it by saying some, not all.
Yes, I have to, and it's not all. Right.
But for the females that are quick to respond.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Make sure that you put that out there. To speak about what it is that your topic is for this evening, I would have to say, being that I'm from Louisiana originally, okay, and I now live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I think that a lot of it has to do, demographically speaking.
Yes,
with
I'd agree.
Home training.
Yes.
Now that's not a term that you hear once you cross that Mason-Dixon line, they would say, back home. But home training,
right,
and what you see and what you witness growing up in terms of how your parents interact with others,
excellent,
how your parents interact with each other, and how they interact with you. It helps to shape and cultivate who you become. It helps to mold you and how you deal with people and how you interact with others. One of the things that I've noticed a lot up here as a female speaking is that the females up north tend to be a lot more harsh and a lot more, I don't want to say masculine traded, but it's a lot of that, before you get over on me, I'm going to do you in. Or before you get something from me, or before you take something from me, I'm going to do you in. It may have a lot to do with growing up in single parent homes. It may have a lot to do with, being hurt or emotionally damaged. A lot of females, myself included, have gone through and experienced a lot of things growing up, or a lot of things in adulthood that have scarred them. And until we learn how to heal, properly heal, not dump our issues on the next person, but properly heal and learn how to forgive, that's the topic of this evening is going to always be an open-ended question. Why are Black women so angry? Why are we angry with each other? Why is it that a nice looking female can't walk into a room without getting a side eye? Why are we, in particularly as Black women, so quick to judge and so quick to scrutinize and so quick to hold on to things? We hold on to grudges and we hold on to negativity, and it stifles us. And the sad thing is, Mr. Scurv, a lot of us don't even know that we're stuck in that that sunken place. A lot of women are stuck in a sunken place. And unfortunately, we can't look to a man to pull us out of that.
Right.
That's homework that we have to do on ourselves.
That's right. There's nothing external. That's something from within. You have to come to certain terms within. There's a lot of trauma, and I understand that. I mean, I love my sisters. I love humanity, right? But I love my sisters also. And it hurts me from a distance and up close when I can't give them that love. And I mean this righteously. I'm not saying anything wayward. I'm a married man, but I still am connected to the world. And it hurts me when I see one of my sisters hurt. And I'm saying hurt. Some have gotten to the point of just being straight evil, right? So I'm not going to excuse everybody, because we have to be responsible for ourselves. But that's like a cancer over time if we don't deal with those things. And it's for us to deal. And then before they throw this thing out to the world on everybody, then they want to turn around and pick. And again, this is some, not all. People get to a certain point in life and they get old and bitter, right? And I don't mean to say old because I'm old, I guess, right? But they get bitter with time, and it festers up. And you look on the internet, and it's the battle of the sexes in the Black community. Why Black men ain't this, and your time is up, and Black women ain't this, and Black women ain't that. And some people have made careers off of that. And there are a lot of us who don't understand the dynamics, and we latch on to that because it feels good for a short time. Like that's the answer. That's the reason why. And so this is why in a community that 14% of the population, some are successful on different degrees, different levels, but overall, we have much to be desired. I think that's the wrong thing to be focusing on, that the opposite sex in our community is the enemy. We need to be building, but how can we build when we have these things put out there which control us and keep us away from each other? So I've run across people on the internet that have befriended me, and I've befriended them. But when I realized what their brand was, with their chat rooms, with their websites, with their YouTube channels, and with their Facebook groups, down from that because I didn't fit the dynamic. Oh, we can't be friends because that would look bad because he's married, he's productive, he's gainfully employed. We don't hear of him getting in any trouble of doing things he's not supposed to do. For crying out loud, the dude's a vegan. So he doesn't fit our dynamic. So we have to put our head in the sand. And it's not about me, but that's what happens with most from what I see, right? And I'm going to shut up after this because I know you want to have some more to say. And again, let me just say that I appreciate you being here, Crystal, in LA. But now I've noticed that I've gotten resentment because of that. Because I am not supposed to exist in that world that says all Black men are terrible and non-productive. You know, I was in a relationship prior for a very long time, a marriage, where I was told that I was lazy. Every day, you're lazy, you're lazy. So, and I began to realize that this resentment didn't come from me. This is some baggage you brought in from somewhere before. And a lot of times, some women who are in good relationships will get around girlfriends thinking, and the girlfriends are so nice, until they wiggle their way in and start whispering poison in your relationship or in your mind to the point where you'll never have a good man because they want to keep you like them. Escort each other all through life, whining and crying about how bad men are and how they don't want to deal with a Black man, but that's all they talk about, which shows you that's what they need. And y'all, jump in.
Oh no! Well, see, you just hit the nail on the head with that comment right there. And see, I am on marriage number 2. Okay, I got married when I was 20. And I got thrown into a ready-made family. So
yes, understood.
I found myself as a young Black woman in a situation that I was not mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically prepared for.
Right.
But I took that on.
Right.
That a lot of times we as people, period, but especially us as women, we gravitate to things that remind us again of things that we experienced in our past.
That's right. That's right.
For me personally, my dysfunctional relationship was with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ended up attracting a first husband that was the male equivalent of my mother.
Wow.
And I took on him and his 4 children and his baby mamas. And in all of that, I lost for 12 years. I was in that situation. Okay. I don't blame anyone else for that. I feel as though that was something that I had to go through to grow, number one. But for number 2, I wasn't there for that man. I was there for those children. Learn what our role is in people's lives. When we learn what we're supposed to be doing in terms of, am I supposed to be here? Am I here longer than I need to be? Am I trying to fix somebody else and need to be fixing myself? Once you figure out that part right there, you'll find yourself not having as many issues with other people.
Right.
We live in a society right now where the going thing is the housewives. And, you know, the smart mouth Black women popping off at the mouth, rolling eyes, popping neck, ratchet. That's the term that they use, the younger people.
That's right.
Use the word ratchet. Now here's the thing. Examine ourselves and our culture and look back to find out, when is it that women stopped aspiring to be productive parts of society and wives and mothers, and started becoming side pieces and side chicks? And when did the shift happen? Because when I was growing up, I didn't see that. And
exactly.
I'm not old, Mr. Scurv. I'm 33.
Wow. And you're saying this, and I got like 21 years on you. Wow.
You find women my age still, and your age too,
in
the club popping it like they.
Yeah.
But again, that falls back to home training. You know, what you see growing up, you tend to repeat when you get older.
That's right.
But we really have to, as a society, and I want to speak specifically to the women, we have to start holding each other accountable. See a young lady that seems like she's going down the wrong road, whether she receives what you say or not, we have a responsibility and an obligation to not allow our younger generations to go down the drain without some type of intervention.
Right.
You know, maybe that young girl doesn't have a mother at home that is attentive or that cares. Product of a mother being in the home, but being mentally and emotionally checked out. So your physical presence is there, but you're not nurturing and you're not loving and you're not rearing that child.
Right.
Believe it or not, Mr. Scurv, you're talking to a female that was raised by a man. My father took on that mantle.
Wow.
He was both mama and daddy. And you don't hear that a lot nowadays. Okay.
Wow.
So for me, my personality and the way that I look at things, I'm not as emotional as most women would tend to be. I look at things logically. I look at things from a male kind of perspective because that's what I grew up with.
Right. Right.
The problem with that is that I in my first situation, I tended to attract more effeminate type males, males that were raised in single female households.
Understood.
Because there had to be balance.
Yes.
There had to be yin and yang. Becoming the male in the relationship, and they ended up being a female in a relationship, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
So I think that we have to start holding one another accountable. The same way that a woman does not have the proper tools to raise and facilitate a young male child to become a man, I do not feel as though that influence in that we need to establish our femininity and respect for ourselves and respect for one another and the ability to uplift the next female. We can't get that from a man.
Right.
We can't get that from males. We have to aid that circle, that village, like grandma and them used to have, you know. So if Miss Johnson saw you doing something down the street and you didn't have no business doing before you got home, your mama knew, you know, your grandmama knew.
That's right.
Auntie and them knew, and all 3 or 4 of them probably told you tail up.
And didn't have cell phones back then. The news traveled fast.
No cell phone, no internet, no nothing. But I bet you that behind whipping taught you to walk up out the house.
That's right.
And carry yourself a certain way.
That's right.
You know, and it seems like with my generation, that's kind of where it stopped. People that are like mid-30s, young, 30 and under, they don't know what it is to go up to get a spatula thrown at you, to get hit with. They don't know what that is because they got 911 and CYS now.
Right.
And now these children are running around crazy, and the parents can't touch them. The children are raising the parents, and you wonder what's wrong.
Right.
You want to know why you have angry black women? Because their inner little girl was not nurtured.
Right.
And is broken.
Right.
And so that womanly outer appearance that you see, a lot of times these 30 and 40 and 50-year-old grown women with these bodies and, the hair, the eyelashes, the nails, and all this stuff, all of these housewives and whatever else you want to call them that's being perpetrated on TV, they're broken little girls, lost children that instead of having that love and that nurturing and pride and respect in self and pride and respect in community to not want to tear it down, they're replacing that with money and material possessions and this ball of this and this play of that, and wonder why they keep repeating the cycle. It starts with us, and we need to start being more accountable to what we're leaving behind and what we're putting out. And the sad thing is, because it's not the norm and it's not the popular thing, it's not going to take off. But if you can touch one or two, if you can straighten up one or two, if you can lead by example instead of by talking,
right,
you've done what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
Excellent. You can't,
keep it going. Keep talking. We love it.
Right here, this right here, this topic right here doesn't fall on the men. And I'm more than sure the real women, the women that have gone through things, the women that have had to grow up faster than they should have had to and been thrown out here into adulthood and had to go through some things, the real women that's listening to your show right now, the truth. And it's time that we wake up. We need to wake up. It's not always the man. It's not always the fatherless child. It's not always my daddy left. We need to stop pointing fingers at everybody else and focus on the three fingers we got pointing back at us when we want to say somebody else is the reason why we the other.
Wow.
There are good men out here. How do I know? I'm married to one right now.
Hallelujah. Having some church up in here.
My husband, back in 2001 when we were in college. Okay?
Right.
And just to show you how life sometimes has to come back full circle. We met in college in 2001, and we were just buddies, just, hang out, look for me, you find him, look for him, you find me.
Right.
There was nothing romantic going on.
Right.
I felt and I thought that was supposed to be something. You know how you hear this little voice and it's like people want to say, well, this the voice of God told me. I don't know exactly who or what it was that spoke this man into my life.
Right.
But life came back full circle for me. And had I not gone through my previous situation, and had I not grown up, and had I not the things that I had, I would not be able to appreciate and love the man that God has blessed me with right now, today.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said.
We need to start being appreciative of self first. Self first. And then if you're blessed enough to have somebody else come into your life and want to be a part of it and want to build and want to not fix. There's a completely different. Slight repair and slight maintenance is a completely different thing from a total overhaul. You need if you need an emotional overhaul, you need to be single, and you need to work on you, and you need to get with God, and y'all need to figure that out before you come and mess up somebody else's otherwise happy life.
Wow.
For the brother that was on earlier, you know, if you find yourself going out of your way to speak to somebody and they don't feel like they have to speak to you or acknowledge you, or you hold the door open for a female and she look at you crazy, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of her broken self. And you walk away knowing that you did the right thing, and some female down the line will appreciate the kind gesture. Don't make that change you. Let it change you. You don't stop opening doors. You don't stop saying good morning. You don't stop, you know, being who you are to appease somebody's brokenness. You know, and Mr. Scurv, I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, I appreciate you, sister, for being here.
Because I don't want to overtalk you, because I am a talker.
Wait a second. Wait. Did you just say you gonna overtalk me? As much as I've talked over. No, I'm just saying. As much as I talk, it's the relief. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. I'm enjoying it.
I hope that. Well, yeah. But I hope that you get some more callers that are sensible and that can be a beacon of light regarding the topic, because, you know,
right.
It's a serious thing. And while, yes, it happens across the board, but it's real bad with females. And I'm going to say it because what do you do when you have a situation where society has already deemed and dictated that the black man, and I'm speaking specifically about black people because I'm a black person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not excluding other races per se, but I have to wake up and look at myself every day and
focus
live in my reality and my truth. So when we live in a society where the black man is looked at as, labeled as, treated as though they're less than, that's by society alone. By government standards alone. There is no equality in terms of black men being treated equally and being given the same opportunities. We know that that's a bunch of bull. We wake up every day, and just because we wake up with the color skin that we do, we got to work harder, do better, be smarter, and push harder.
That's right.
To be able to cut the mustard and make it.
That's right.
You're getting that from the government, you're getting that from society, and then you have to grow up in a home. If you have and I'll say the pleasure, if you have the pleasure of growing up in a single parent home with a single black mother, as a male child, you will be experiencing, you will have a first-hand seat on how it is that the black woman conducts herself in her home, how she rears her children, whether or not she was still in love with your daddy and he didn't want her, so she decided to take that out on you, or she decided to make you her emotional punching bag or her emotional husband. Irregardless, you have to grow up with that. Then you grow up and you get out here and you have to make a way for yourself. And if your mother has not damaged you to the point of no repair, now you have to go out of here and take on the responsibilities of becoming a man and finding yourself when you did not have that example in the home. That right there is another hurdle that has to be jumped. Then on top of that, because you were not properly prepared or reared or know how, because you weren't necessarily put around that type of environment to where being a husband and being a father is something that's fostered and drilled in, because you have to have a man in the equation to teach those things.
That's right.
Now you have another hurdle that you have to jump. And sometimes these men that were raised in these broken woman households are looked at as deadbeats and sorry and trifling and lazy and this, that, and the third, when the very first person that broke them was the person that they came out of. The very first thing that they came out of throughout life continues to break them. And we wonder why these same women that want to sit here and not speak when spoken to, not wave when waved at, not be thankful when the door is open, the first time that black man, that black broken male child that's in need of love and attention, who's now in a grown man body, goes and jumps to another race, that same black woman that couldn't appreciate a simple kindness gesture is the first one to open their mouth. He don't want his black woman. He don't. I find it hard to love us sometimes, and I'm a woman. I'm a black woman.
Yes.
I find it hard to be around my own sometimes. So if we can't be around us without the foolishness, why do we expect for a man to be around us without the foolishness? We got to check ourselves.
Wow.
Crystal, let me just say one thing, LA. Crystal, can you come back on the show sometime? You are your own show. I just want to have you come on, just be on there for a couple hours. I just sit back and just let you flow. Because you put some truth down, seriously. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and I would love to. And yeah, I pride myself on being truthful, and I don't speak on things that I haven't lived and I don't know. I'm not a judgmental person. I don't put anybody down, but I do believe in calling a spade a spade.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Scurv.
Thank you, Crystal. And thank your husband, too.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Brother LA?
Yes, I'm here.
I know you're fired up now.
Yeah. She's pretty powerful, man. I mean, it was, you can tell that's a sister that's been through a lot. So she's got a lot of maturity.
Yes.
You know, about her. And I think that schooling that she's providing, it doesn't trickle down to a lot of the younger sisters. It's like a sister can talk to another sister better than me or you can.
Right.
Because she's going to see us as attacking her.
Right.
Even if she's wrong. I have 3 sisters, I got 3 goddaughters, and I got a niece. And I know so many women. Love my sisters to death, man. You know, wouldn't trade a sister for nothing. But it gets old sometimes, man, when you
right.
When you're trying to, you know, express yourself and talk to them, because I don't hold the door open for them anymore. I hold the door open for the older women.
Right.
I know, appreciate and respect that. You try to hold the door for a younger sister, and she looking at you like you're crazy or don't want to go through the door, and you're like, sister, I'm just holding the door open for you. This is common courtesy.
Right.
I don't want anything from you. It's just I have come to the conclusion that every sister ain't a queen, man. They ain't a queen. You gotta earn that title.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's nothing. It's not. And if you're not that sister that I'm speaking about, please don't try to quantify that, because you don't have to. I'm not talking about the sisters that respect their, you know, the brothers, and you know, those are the sisters that you're ride or die with. You know, that you're out there, that you're going to fight for, you're going to protect, that you're going to show that respect to. But it seems as though, like, if me or you or any other brother that, you know, say, hey, sister, how you doing?
Right.
It's like an issue. There is a problem. It's like, you can't even tell her she look nice no more.
Yeah.
You're not trying to get in her anyway. You're just saying, hey, sister, you look nice today, and you keep it moving. You're not trying to get a number or anything like that, because a lot of sisters, they don't want you. They'll check you. They'll let you know they don't want you. Right. There ain't no whole lot of you can't do this, and you're gonna do that, and you're gonna say no. Sisters know how to check you and get you off of them.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of them, not all, but some. I've observed this with single brothers who are trying to speak to a woman, and very decent in the way they do it, and they get checked, or they're just executing courtesy, and they get checked.
Right. For no reason.
But then at the same time, just in general, and this is with those who do this, not all black women. I'm gonna keep saying this throughout the whole show, and watch the comment section when this goes up as a video, and somebody's gonna go in there and say, well, why would you talk about all black women like that? And it's in the title. I said it every 3 minutes. So jump on them for me, because I may be at work or somewhere else. Let them know. I love my sisters, but there's some, and this is something that we have to speak about, because I'm not going to avoid speaking about it, but I was not going to have this as a show for bashing, like many other shows use it. Well, the black woman, listen to the black woman, the hair hats, no. And you have some women who are all black, and this is their career. And that's what really bugs me out now, that you have these women, some that make a career out of it. Where, so if I say I made a career out of making YouTube videos that I don't like lemon meringue pie. I hate lemon meringue pie. I don't like lemon meringue pie. Lemon meringue pie is nasty. Lemon meringue pie tastes like crushed up roaches. Lemon meringue pie smells like farts. Hey, I must like lemon meringue pie, right? There's something, it's a big world out here. Move on. But why every day? There's something wrong with you if you focus on one, it hurt you or you want it back or something, you're damaged. And like Crystal just said, they're damaged little girls. But they have the exoskeleton, they have the covering, they have the whole thing of a woman. Womanly adornments, lots of times I found, they put it out there to look to, and most times, many times, on a lower level. And then when those guys come at them, they snatch back. Ha! Don't come at me that way. And they check them. Well, why do you put yourself out there like that? Not all, but some. And yes, there are some men who can't or don't know how to control themselves, right? So I'm not just bashing women. Some women can have a tent on, a burlap sack. And the man somehow thinks he sees her nipples hardened. Oh man, and then she want me the nipples hard. It might be a cold day. Them headlights are banging. Come on, man. But like I said, there's some who will put themselves out there like they get that thrill, like they'll come to the mall and they go into the mall, like some of them, like they're at the club and they're with their girlfriends and they play these little games. Two of them. And the one with the really shapely, you know, I mean, if her backside and her waistline was traced out to be a highway, most of them cars would fly off the road. The curve is so much. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's appealing to the eyes for most. But they'll stand up and one stand facing this way and the other one stand this way and the one facing this way, you back there. And this one is looking over her shoulder. Butt out. Oh, he looking at you. And this other chick will come around, give the peripheral vision, and they're just, that's sick. What I mean, like, okay, you like a guy, you see a guy, you talk about this, what girls do, okay. It may be some women, but you go there to just be seen, star, but then when you go home and sit down on the side of your bed, all of the sorrow and pain comes back of things that you haven't dealt with. You see what I mean? So you see how the cycle is? The attention thing, what bashing them in the one that, it's a lot of pain out here, y'all. And we are hurt. So this is why I have a long, I don't say long fuse, but tolerance level. I try to, because even me, there are women who know me who from a distance, like on Facebook, when they see you, oh, that's that guy that does some videos. He's the bus driver. Yeah, he drives the bus. And they just observe. And they'll sit there and say, look at him. Look at, oh, we're going to catch him now. Girl, get on tight jeans, tight skirt. Well, he must know we're looking. Like, I see everything. I see butts, y'all. I'm an artist. I saw a woman with a backside. I'm saying this where my wife can hear me. She's not too far. Her dimensions were so awesome, it looked like a deformity that worked out for the best. And I had to look, but it wasn't a look of lust. I'm looking at how is this biologically, you know, how is this able to happen? And I mean, I look at fabric. I look at how fabric falls off the skin, corduroy pants, silk shirts, linen, how the light, the little metal that you hold on to, lights go by, and I look and say, okay, I could, and I retain. That's how I'm visual. So when I want to put stuff down, I know how light behaves on paper. That's all art, being an artist is, knowing how light behaves on something, and you be able to transfer that down. That's all it is. Look and see what you really see and put that down. In my travels through the day, I'm deep in thought and I'm looking at everything. There was a dude walking in front of me, right? Very muscular dude. His back was very muscular. It was sunny. He had a tank top on. And I'm looking, I was like, man, look at the way his muscles move on his back. In my mind, I was saying that. And there was a dude sitting here, yo, Java, man, you're looking at that dude a little too hard. What's up? I mean, nah, man, let me explain before you walk away thinking something else. And I had some artwork with me, and I whipped out. He said, okay, all right, man, all right. I said, I forgot. You know, I'm just kind of in my own world. But like I said, man, and this is not going to be a long show tonight, y'all. We probably got like about 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops, because I had to throw this up. I'm going to shut up. We have different people in the line, and I know want to say something, and I'm going to come back later on tonight. And if I don't, for some reason, Mr. Scurv puts it on me, I might not wake up. But I have something to do after this. That's why I have to go at a certain set time. But I like to get them in there, jam them in there. If I don't go back on tonight, we'll be back on tomorrow. And I thought I was going to have Vibrant Muhammad on tomorrow, or either today, but he called me. He can't come back over till Saturday because we have some business to take care of. Happy anniversary, Dr. Vibrant Muhammad. You know, he didn't realize, oh, I can't put that out there, but he thought it was another day. And he told me, like, listen, you know, I'm already getting beat up because I kind of forgot, you know, or it went over his head, because he does a lot. But he's there. But it just seems like many good men, you know, I know the knuckleheads, and I don't mind when they get beat up by any woman verbally in the way they treat them, because you're not supposed to come at a woman a certain way. But the good men, you know, and those women that I described earlier who just, black men are bad, black men are this, they're this, that. When they see that good man, and I'm going to use this opportunity, LA, to brag, right? When they see the good man, what do? They're attracted, but that thing in them, they want to, it's like push, pull, and they don't know how to handle it, so they look for any one reason. When they get into a dealing, a date, a relationship, or even a friendship, they're like time bombs ticking. The more they find out that you're a good man, but no man is perfect, I understand that, but for the most part, and there are good men out here, when they see that you are a good man, lots of times they want to chop your head off, or if they see the good man in a relationship already, here they come. I'm not going to say all, but some, and some of those, the ones we're talking about, not all of those, but some of those. They see you out there cutting the lawn. They see you online. They see you going to your job. They see you going in the supermarket in your work uniform. Over time, they live near you, and his rhythms are good. I bet you he ain't all that good. All men are dogs. I bet you. They're talking to the girlfriends now, and here they coming in the supermarket. They see you coming. Here come the buttons down. You know, pull it to you here, pull it to you there, pop up under the chin, boom. You know, go in the bathroom, tighten up the waistline, and here they come. They come behind you in a line. They're humming, get the attention. How you doing? So and so and so. Hello, how are you? And you turn back around again. They strike up a conversation. And if you happen to see that her mammary glands are like almost going over her shoulder, and your eyes look down for a second, not out of lust, but my God, they're hanging out. You know what I mean? Aha! He's lusting after me, girl. In the supermarket, he was checking me out. See that? That man ain't no good. And you have those who will try to have affairs with you. And it seems to be that you're in a happy relationship. And it will go all that way, not because they really want you, man, because you can't exist in their world. And for you now to be a good man, it agitates them, and they have to rewrite the book on how they feel about men. And because you are a good man, because I've been unfriended by a lot of women. I'm unfriend him. Seems like he's happy at home. Even the one I told you about who is an internet presence. We've done nice things for each other, male thing, and they don't want to see you because those types are very unhappy. And like Crystal said, look, she's had to deal with a lot from young, but she dealt with it properly. You see, she looked inward, dissected it, figured it out, and got rid of whatever it was that may have been toxic, right? But others don't do that. And so they'll come after you, and they'll be resentful of that woman who you're married to because what does she have over me? So now it becomes a game of, let me see if I can bed this guy down. And many will get you in the bed. They threw at you. They threw at you, bro. They can take what they want to take. Take me out. The reason why is because they got to the point of proving to themselves that you're a no good man. And you can go on back, and they put your business out in the street, and they feel good to activate the hate that they have for black men. But LA, I'm going to tell them some of your stats. I mean, as far as like you're not married, you have no kids, you got military background, you're college educated, you're a personal trainer with no homo, but with a dope body. You're smart, you have side businesses. You come on, tell me some more. Tell me some more. Let's celebrate some black men here on this show today. Here who may not be doing right. But can we sometimes celebrate ourselves? Like sometimes I come in here and just celebrate my sisters. I fired up shows sometime in the middle of the night. Didn't even wipe the stuff out the corner of my eye. That I know on the bus in passing and doesn't even know I'm talking about her because I observe her movements and I see how good and decent she is. So I'm not here to bash anybody, but when you act up, I'm gonna call you out, man.
I think like you hit on the head, man. I mean, I've never taken drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I've written 6 books, 2 comic books, 4 novels. I've done a kids novel, talking to the black community.
That's right.
I think the first thing, a lot of times when I approach sisters, I'll get that. I get that. Like you talk to white women. I'm like, what kind of look is that? And it's kind of it's weird. It's like, okay, what kind of look is that? Or you get that, are you gay? You get that, I'm like, hold on. Why I gotta be gay? It's just funny. Like if you try to, in any of these stats that you're talking about, any of these things that the qualities that a black dude might have, or they'll say you bragging.
No, well, if there's nothing wrong with stating your accomplishments. Yes, some people can go out there and use that as their basic id, like this is what I'm all about. Like you see a dude with a real nice car, and not to knock the dude with the real nice car, but that might be all he has or all he's about. And for the women who are impressed by that, that's what he uses. But if it was a woman who valued education, he can't hang with her. So if you do have, and you accomplished it, if a person is thinking right, they will use it for motivation. Envy is the flip side of motivation. You have envy on one side of the coin, motivation on the other. When you throw the coin up and you see what it is, what you see, if you see envy, they're not taking it as a motivation. If you're doing something positive with a sincere spirit, and I'm not motivated and I don't show a motivation and thank you for what you're doing, you might motivate me not to do the same thing that you're doing, but wow, you make me want to do more. And this is when I see people who are doing stuff. I'm not copying them. I'm not trying to compete with them, but I say, man, because this is what we're put on the earth to do. And that's the very thing that turns a woman on about a man when he has vision and he's going after a goal. You see what I mean? But now it seems like with some of these women that we're talking about who have the chip on their shoulder, your accomplishments is a put down to her because she wants to rub it in your face that she doesn't need you. She doesn't need your money. And you're not as good as her because she has a position in corporate America and you may not. You see what I mean? That's another thing. I mean, not only that, I'm a chef, so I can cook that meal. What don't you do?
I know how to romance my ladies. The candlelight dinner,
right?
Rose petals, the rose petals on the bed, lead to the bedroom, whatever.
That's right. Big shout out to Black Lion. Yes.
Now, I'm telling you, when you said that about the sisters in corporate America, it's funny how for example, I've seen like a brother will give, if he's a millionaire, right? He will give a sister an opportunity, and she could be working at McDonald's, have a brain in her head. He will still give her an opportunity to go hang out just because she may be attractive.
Right.
She may be trying to get to know her for whatever other reasons, right? And he'll check her out. He'll have a good time with her, and however the amount of good time that they have, it depends on her, how far she wants it to go.
Right.
Now, flip that. Let a sister walk into there with, like you said, corporate America or a millionaire. Let her walk in and see a dude at McDonald's. He may have this stuff, maybe a nice looking dude, maybe speaking really articulate, know how to handle himself. She got all these things. She doesn't know. Only thing she sees is that McDonald's. All she sees is that uniform.
Right.
She don't know what his future plans are. That dude could be, just, waiting on his record deal. He could be waiting on his doctorate. He could be waiting on all kinds of things, right? But that sister will not give that brother one opportunity. Trust me, he ain't getting a look. He is not getting a look. Show me one sister that's ever done that, where she takes an average Joe guy if she's a millionaire. Now, I heard, because they got their own income and they're doing their own thing. They want the companionship. I've heard of that. I've never experienced it. I've never seen that. But it's like a double standard. As a matter of fact, Floyd Mayweather did that. I mean, not that that's a good example.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
But what I'm saying is the opportunity for them to come up and build, because you should be really trying to look for the quality in an individual. Some of these sisters are not looking for that. They're looking for that quick fix. And if you don't fit, you got the type that want the quick fix.
Right.
Go play off her looks and her body, or she just want that thug dude who got that short, shelf life, who ain't gonna be around. He's gonna get killed, go to jail, or knock you up with a bunch of children that he cannot do it. Now the next guy has to deal with that.
Yeah.
So you walk in some places, man, I've walked in, say Walmart, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I do my shopping when there's nobody out. So I go into Walmart at 5 o'clock in the morning. Man, you may feel so she looking at you like you're crazy. From my experience.
That's right.
And when I go down another aisle, there's a white lady there. Hey, how are you? She's speaking at me, and I'm like, what? My mind goes over here. She didn't say jack to me. The white lady's telling you smell nice, this and that, whatever, what have you, and she keep it moving. And I'm looking at my sister going, well, hey, sister, I was just trying to speak to you. You can't even make eye contact with them. They only want to look at you. It's like
no, and see, right? That's unfortunately, like I said, I'm not on the hunt like that, but it's uncomfortable that I just can't look around me. So number one, I can feel that spirit. Number one, I don't have to look at a person. I already feel that thing. It's like, okay, you're over there. You're waiting to roll your eyes at me. If I'll even look your way, I look at my surroundings. I keep my eyes open. I don't care if your breasts are hanging out. My eye will scan you and everybody else. Put over there in a dress. I'm not checking him out that way, but my eyes scan around me. I have to look around and see. But they want to take that as you checking them out. It's like they have an esteem issue where they can only take it that way. Oh, he looked at me because he wants me. I don't understand that.
Right. It's like too much. It's like giving yourself too much credit. A brother just speaking to a sister because, you know what, sister, I want to speak to you because we black, we're in a struggle, we're going through some things. How are you, sister? I'm gonna keep it moving. Now she don't want to speak, and it's like, okay, as soon as you that same sister that didn't speak to you side of the road, or she has a flat, and you pass her. Now she's trying to flag you down.
Right.
Oh, now you meet my help because you're in a dilemma. That ain't cool. But again, I hold the door open for my sisters, my mom, my grandmother when she was alive, and any young lady that I'm involved with it right then and there. And I especially respect my elders.
Well,
other stuff, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Lance.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
And let's get it all in because 12 minutes, I got to go. But let's get it all in. And if y'all going to be up later, we're going to do it. But everybody who's quiet here now, get it in. Get some talking so we can get you represented on this show. Go ahead, Najee.
All right. Yeah, real fast. Because it's interesting. I was just having that conversation with a woman last night. And because, she's telling me like she's meeting guys. And the first thing she said she met two guys, and she says, one guy was a firefighter. I met this firefighter. I met this doctor. And I said, you know what, sweetheart? I said, that's your problem right there, because you just basically told me about a title. You didn't tell me about the person.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, it, like the gentleman I was talking was just saying, I mean, with our sisters, what I'm finding, there's no in between. So, either they're dating extremely down, or they're looking for the checklist man. Good job, own apartment, but the guys in the middle, blue collar guy or a guy that's trying to, start a business. Put that work in. They really don't get a second look. And not for nothing, I think that, when we dealing with terms,
people, they can wear terms down. They can wear terms in the ground. Like this whole thing, I'm listening to different shows, and the sisters and the males are talking about, I'm looking for an alpha male. Okay,
yeah, right.
Now that term is just being played. Okay,
right.
What is an alpha male? Because you might be an alpha male.
Big A on the chest.
Okay, like if I go, right now I work out with him. So, the average guy that doesn't work out, if he step into my realm, when I step into that gym, I'm alpha. He's beta.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If Steve Jobs was to step into, a manual labor work, he would be beta. But if I was to step into tech, he's alpha.
Right.
So we gotta kind of like, so we throw these terms around willy-nilly. And the whole thing where sisters they want to be controlled, or I want a man that can check me.
They don't want that, man. That's just they want that for that moment, right?
The wrong person.
Hello.
Yeah, I
yes.
have to do it.
Is that deep?
And another thing.
Yes. Come on in. Line's open. Is this deep? Deep mind?
Yeah, this is deep mind. Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt. But,
no, it's okay.
But I wanted to. Okay, great. Well, what I wanted to say was the title of the show is why do Black women? Why do some always seem to have a chip on their shoulder? Well, we have to kind of ask the question as well as, well, how did the chip get there, and who put the chip on the shoulder there? I hear y'all what you men are saying, and I am totally listening to every single thing. But
did you hear Crystal speak earlier?
Breaking it down, yeah, she broke that part down.
Yeah, she broke that down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we just piggybacking off what she said, basically.
What are some of the suggestions that you men may have on what Black women should do, and what do you suggest for us Black women, I guess, to how we should act to make things more easier for you? Because what I'm hearing is a lot of what's going on, but what's been going on has been going on for forever. And if we be honest about the situation, we know that we have a deep-seated, mind-seated issue that's going on in our community all together. And it doesn't just stem on the back of Black women having attitude problems. It goes far more deeper, because we know that Black women are, let's just say that maybe Black women are a really oppressed and unprotected group of people within this whole entire world. Let's just say that that's true. Mm-hmm. And let's just say that these same group of people have to be able to grow up and teach another group of people to enter into the world, all at the same time trying to manage in the world which they are living. And so how then do we handle a group of people who have that type of humongous responsibility on them, whereas in most of the time, the Black men are not inside of the household for whatever reason.
Okay.
So
can I chime in?
Yeah, we got 6 minutes before we cut this. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
We deal with those people
around, and you're trying to do all of those wonderful things that you want to do for her, and if she doesn't respond, is it all of them? Is it all of the Black women?
See, that's what I said in the title. And every 5 minutes, I said that it was not all the Black women. I've been saying that, and I knew someone would come. It's not all Black women, and that's why I said some in the title. And every 3 minutes, I said not all Black women, but some. I still said that women are going to have to. These types that we speak of are going to have to heal themselves.
Because when he speaks, he said that most of the Black women that he opened doors for, some of them would look at him kind of crazy or whatever like that.
But this is under the context that we don't have to keep saying it all over, sister. This is under the context that it's not all. Now, if he said most, that's most of that type. Now, Jack, come on in. Yeah, we're not bashing women here.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, I have.
All right, but go ahead. We got 5 more minutes here. Now, let me just say, I'm gonna let you talk for the last 4 minutes, Jack. Let me just say that if I have the show later on, in about 3 hours, I know I run the risk of many people falling asleep. They have to get up, depending on what time zone they're in. I'd like to do it later on. I know certain folks who will be here, and maybe I'll do it later on. But if I do it tomorrow, around the same time, a couple of hours before, and publicize it heavy, would that be better for everybody? Because I know we would have these other folks who don't know of the show. They'll come in and chime on in. The next show I do will be part 2 of this one, because we're just warming up.
No, that'd be great.
Okay.
Great.
So
Lance,
yes.
Lance, can I just touch on one thing that she said, and because she asked about solutions.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead and let Jack talk a little too after that. But go ahead.
The one solution that I can give is you said that black people are the most unprotected people on the planet. No, black people as a whole are the most unprotected people on the planet. So that's one issue that we have when we start to divide the sectors, because
right.
I mean, right now, if you look on the news, it's really not black men, black women that's being incarcerated 10,000 by every 100,000. You understand what I'm saying? You don't see that many black men getting gunned down in the streets. Most of the casualties, that's going on, physical casualties of black men. So we are all basically an unprotected group as a whole. So that,
right.
I would just say that's one. So I would say one solution is to look at us as one, instead of basically splintering off into different groups.
Jack?
Okay. So all I wanted to say was, she asked, how do we handle a large group of people who are untrained? And for that answer, the answer is quite simple. You just use a military-like structure. You develop a strict regiment. You punish behavior you don't want to happen, and you beat it into them, essentially, to do the right thing. You shouldn't have to do that, but some people you just have to do that with. So the answer is the military is a great example of that. You train people, you get them ready. Doesn't matter their background they come from. And in the end, they all come out pretty much the same, or at least trained the same. So that's how you deal with it.
I got something. I think one of the things we could do, we need to stop doing. I think the biggest problem we have.
2 minutes, LA.
We take all the white folks' bad habits and then their good habits. They stick together. They women, and we're not wanting a woman that we can walk all over. That's not what we're saying. But we want a woman that we can talk to and respect. And when we talk to her about stuff that she may be doing wrong, she follows her man, her good man. We're not talking about some loser guy, some bottom half of the gene pool. We're talking about a good black man that's trying to enhance you and elevate you to the next level. No other group of people have this problem with their women. You're not supposed to fall in line. When we say fall in line, just follow us, because a good man gonna lead you the right way. You need to be vulnerable and feminine and let that man energy lead you to a positivity or to a positive light. Allow him to do that. You can't keep running away from that and listen to girlfriends who don't have a guy, who never have a guy, who don't know what a good man is if he dropped in her lap. You got to be more open to that. And, trust me, when we got a good woman, we'll listen to our good woman. We listen to a lot of bad women, but we don't listen to them very long. I love being able to talk. I love to be able to talk to a woman when you can get her to follow you when you're trying to tell her something positive about maybe she's wearing the wrong thing. Well, don't put yourself out there in the street like that. Guys, respect yourself. That's pretty much what we're asking. And if we can take that in our community and utilize that, we'll be fine. But some sisters don't want to hear that.
60 seconds.
I'm not trying to poke holes in them.
60 seconds. Drop it down.
But sometimes you just got to, sometimes a sister got to just swallow that pride sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're hanging. He'll be there when everything else fails you. You got to let him love you.
Thank you so much. Like I said, we're going to do part 2. I mean, I'm just getting started, but I have to leave the house 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, no matter where you want to time, Eastern Standard Time. I still might be hyped when I come back in. I'm going to straighten up inside this room, and I might say, let me go live. I don't want to trick people and say, okay, we'll do part 2, but this conversation might start later on. Another 3 hours, just watch the channel. I'll put it out there. I'll put it on Instagram. I'll put it out there and ask who's up, because I'm going to be Nicodemus tonight. I'm staying up all night long with some serious insomnia. But I'm glad you all came. Again, we're not speaking of all. I want to thank everybody who called in. I want to thank everybody who's in the chat room. You know, I like to put my head in the chest and keep throwing the punches and pressure. Just keep going. I don't sit back. So I want to bring these good conversations. And I learned a lot tonight. There's things you know, and I won't say learned, but you sharpened me tonight, especially Sister Crystal and the brothers who called in. And I know, Jack, you want more time. We're going to have you talk. We're going to go maybe tonight, and I'll put it on even if I have to walk away a whole lot, because I got things in here that I want to do. But I don't want to rob anybody of expressing themselves and getting the good comments going on. Thank you so much. Download the LanceScurv app at the Google Play Store, the Amazon Store, and the Apple Store. Hit me up anytime. Text message preferred, but you can call me, especially tonight, 407-590-0755. That's the only number you can call me on as far as the cell. Any other cell number that I put out there, I'm in the process now of getting rid of it, 407-0755. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, share the links, leave your comments. Whichever way you feel, express yourself. I'm not against anybody. We all have our perspectives. We're all on a different part of the spectrum. And the bottom line and the best part is that we're all growing. So I look forward to you tonight, maybe, but definitely tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you. All right?
All right, bro.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Have a good one.
All right. Thank you. Nick Schmidt.